everyone, it's svgcoop.com with another training video for you, and what I wanted to do today was do a printable card for you to use to label foods or places for your Thanksgiving dinner. So I opened an 8.5 by 11 image, and I want to place some guides here. So I'm going to go to, let's see here, let's see, okay, go to View, and we're going to go to New Guide, and I want it to be at the 4.25 vertical position, and then I want to do another one, so I'm going to do View, New Guide. This time horizontally, I want them to be at, let's see, why don't we do 3 inches, and then I'm going to do another one at 6 inches. And then I'm going to do another one at 9 inches. And of course I have a little bit of left over here. So the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to grab my selector tool, and I'm going to start at the top corner here, and I'm just going to drag down until I reach my guides. And it's not snapping to my guides, so I'm going to go to View, Snap to, and Snap to Guides. Okay, so now when I go to click on here, it should snap perfectly. Great. So the first thing I want to do is in layer 1, I want to create a first block here, but I want my layer to be brown. So I'm going to double click on this white foreground color, and I just want to pick a nice kind of dark brown there. So my color is set at 522D05 and hit OK. And with the paint bucket, I'm going to just click on my layer here and fill that in. The next thing I want to do is I just want to do a new layer, and I'm just going to kind of line up, let me just zoom in here. I'm going to line up my crosshair here just to give me a little bit of border. So I'm going to start about here. I'm just going to click down to here, and I'm going to fill it again with another color, and I think I'm going to go with kind of golder. So this one's E98418, and with the paint bucket, I'm going to hit that again, and then I'm going to select another rectangle, same way. I'm just going to click and drag here like this, and I want my color now filled to be white, so I'm just going to change that foreground color to white, grab my paint bucket, and click OK. Alright, so I kind of have a nice little background here that I want. The next thing is I'm going to add some turkeys along the bottom. So what I want to do is I downloaded some from Google. So I'm going to do File, Open, and I'm going to go to your sample file, and I'm just going to open both of these turkeys and hit Open. And they're essentially the same turkey. If you look, they're just going in 2 different directions. So with the first one, with my selector tool, I'm just going to click on it and drag it to our first image, and I'm not letting go of my mouse until I'm here, and then I'm going to let go. And then I'm going to grab the second one, same thing, click and drag up to the tab and move over and let go. Okay, so I'm going to put these guys kind of together, and I'm going to shrink them down in size together because I want them to be the same size. I'm going to go about there. Okay, and I'm going to hold down my Alt key. Hold on. First I have to accept the size, so I'm going to double click. Okay, I'm going to shift select both of them, hold the Alt key down, and move them over again. And then I'm going to shift select all 4, and I just want to kind of center them. And I also want to give them a little bit of drop shadow, so I'm going to click in the gray area, hit drop shadow, and that's way too big, so we're just going to bring this down to all of these down to about a 5. Let's go with a 6, 7. I'm going to make all of these 7. Okay, so now when I do these others, if I double click, all my settings will be the same. So I'm going to double click, hit drop shadow, you can see it's all 7s. Drop shadow. Okay, last one. Drop shadow and hit OK. Alright, now the next thing I want to do is I want to be able to just add different titles here to all the different foods. So I'm just going to grab my text tool and click in here and drag. I'm just going to type mashed potatoes. And of course you can't see it because our font is set to white. So I'm going to change the font color up here to a nice brown. And I'm going to bring the font size down. Let's see. That's a little too small. So let's go maybe to a 60. I'm going to click next to the D. I'm going to make this 2 layers. Alright, and then I'm going to change the font back down to, let's try 36. Oops. Okay. Okay, with it selected, again, I'm just going to kind of grab down here until I get, okay, there's my potatoes. Okay. My God. What is my freaking... Okay. So now what we're going to do is we want to add some text, and I'm just going to grab my text tool, and I'm going to click up here. I'm just going to put a title in, and let's say corn. And I want to pick a fun font here that I can use. Let's see. If you click on the font up here, you can just down arrow until you find something you like that. That's kind of cute. Alright, so I'm going to make the font size, let's try a 60. And I'm not sure I want to have that brown. I think maybe I'm going to try a nice dark red. So let me go with a red here. I'm going to hit OK. Alright, and I think my font needs to be a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to click on there and make this an 80. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to have that there, and then what we can do is after you print these out, I'm actually going to make this slightly smaller than what we had initially. I'm just going to highlight that and make it a little bit smaller so that this will print nicely. I'm going to make it 2.5 inches high. I want it to print nicely on your paper so you don't have to worry about no borders here. Okay. So now my image is set to 2.5, and with everything selected I can hold the Alt key down, get it all selected, with the Alt key down, click and drag and make another copy. And I think we can actually fit one more set here. So I'm just gonna, oops. Grab that. I'm just gonna move this up. And I'm just gonna move this one up. Okay, so all you have to do now is you can grab your text tool like this. You can just highlight the text and just write your new text. everything will be all set. So you can just keep going, and then once you print these out, you can cut some cardstock and fold it in half, or however it is you want to display these. But they're really, really cute, and it's a nice, easy way for you to make some cute labels for your food or your table. You could put people's names there, whatever you like. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back with more videos.